What's up guys, it's JCube, welcome to the Safe Zone channel, and today is going to be a little fun video. So, while I'm working, me and my brother are nerds. We'll talk about a bunch of things, and we'll talk about Pokemon, and we'll talk about, realistically, if they were, like realistic, which Pokemon can we get through our area where we travel to, and where we go, and what animals that we have. I have another version of this video where it's if Pokemon was real. But this version is Pokemon realistic. So it's not. I'm gonna count basically Pokemon based on our animal kingdom, and which ones I can technically get in real life because of where I live, where I travel, where I go past, and all that stuff. And the other one is basically Pokemon in real life. So all Pokemon counts. So like obviously Pokemon like Geodude and all the rock Pokemon won't really count because rocks ain't sentient. Even the and like tree, what's his name? Sudowoodo, even though it's a tree Pokemon, trees aren't sentient either. So we're basically gonna go through the animal kingdom and what I could get in real life for my living and everything. So I wrote down a list of Pokemon realistically I should be able to get, and obviously you can only have 6 in your team, and I'm gonna go through them. So let's say if I had to go through a starter, the most realistic ones I could get is Squirtle, because my brother actually owns a pet turtle. And obviously we have turtles around here. And Torchic's another one. Obviously everywhere has chickens and little chicks, so I can get a Torchic. A Turtwig. Turtwig's also a turtle. A Delphox. I've come across many foxes in my life, and even record them running through the night. A Froakie. Come on, he's a frog. We got frogs too. I used to have a frog in my pond all the time. Litten, because it's a little cat. Scorbunny. I have a pet rabbit, so I can get a bunny. Sprigatito, another cat. Quaxley, a duck. We got ducks all over here. So, but if I had to choose one starter out of all of them that I just list, I'll probably go for. I'm gonna go with Sprigatito, just because it's a cat. Cats are cute. And I like its name. It's based on Paldea is basically the Spanish region of Pokemon, and me being Hispanic, I love it. So, and with the birds, pigeons are everywhere. Doesn't matter where. And we got a lot of crows as well where I go. So, but I would definitely choose Pidgey. So I'll have that's my little birdie that I have. And then it can grow very big and strong to Pidgeot, and it can probably fly me around. I forget how big Pidgeots get. Now, where I work, I go past farms, and I see so many animals as I go by. And literally, one time I was going home, and I see I could realistically get a Mudbray. I see these 2 donkeys every time on the corner of this one street, and they're just one time it was raining. They were rolling around on the ground, playing around. It was cute. But I can get horses. So basically any rabbit Pokemon, any horse Pokemon, any donkey, dog, cows, bats, birds, those are the Pokemon that I could get, and mice. But to be more, I guess you say, because I'm in Australia, I could technically get a Kangaskhan. They are heavily based on kangaroos, and I see kangaroos all the time as I go to work. I even have my friend, she sent me a video of her parking in her work site, and there's kangaroos just hopping around. I think there was 3 or 4 she saw. So there's kangaroos where we work. So I will have so far my team would be Sprigatito, Pidgey, and a Kangaskhan. Now, mice, we all have mice, so that's my way of getting a little Pichu. And I'm also gonna talk about things after I choose my team, like specific things like evolving and all that. Because there's rules, and obviously those rules apply in the game, but do they apply to real life as well? Not all of them. And dogs. I'm getting myself a little Growlithe, because that when he gets big and strong and turns into an Arcanine, that is one powerful, beautiful looking dog. I will get myself a little Bunnelby. That's the little rabbit Pokemon. I have a little brown rabbit. He's a little dwarf bunny. So that's that. And now, Eevee. Eevee is considered a dog, fox, or a cat. Regardless, I can cop all 3 of them. So I will have an Eevee. So far my team is Sprigatito, Pichu, Pidgey, Growlithe, Bunnelby, and Eevee. Oh, that's 6 already. So now let's go with some things. Pichu evolves through friendship or happiness that I can, I would love the fuck out of my little Pichu if I had one. So he's definitely going to evolve into a Pikachu. Sprigatito is just like for us as people, the more we train, the stronger we get. And with Pokemon, when they get stronger, they can evolve. So I'm pretty sure I'll get my Sprigatito to evolve into Florigato in the very final form too. Pidgey, same thing, evolves through just pure strength and training. Growlithe as well, and Bunnelby is like that too. Kangaskhan doesn't evolve, but it's like a mother type Pokemon, so you can definitely look after the baby Pokemon I'll have, which will be like Pichu, Sprigatito, Pidgey, or the little forms, But Eevee will be the fun one, because Eevee has a bunch of different methods for evolutions. Most of them are stones, most of them are evolving in certain places. So let's go through them. So I cannot get my Eevee to turn into a Flareon, Jolteon, or Vaporeon, because there's no water stones, fire, or electric stone. Thunderstone, sorry. So I can't use any of those to evolve Eevee. I can't technically teach Eevee a fairy move, so I can't get Sylveon. I do not live in no cold environments, snowy, icy place, so I can't get Glaceon. So the only ones that are technically available to me is Espeon, Umbreon, and Leafeon. Because Umbreon and Espeon, they evolve through happiness. Happiness or friendship, one of those. And it depends on when they evolve. So if Eevee is super happy and he evolves in the daytime, you get an Espeon. But if it evolves in the nighttime, you get a little Umbreon. Or if you evolve him in a forest type area, like, you can get a Leafeon. I've been to forests. There's lots of like mossy tree areas where I can go to in my travels, not too far from me. So that's why I can get a Leafeon, Umbreon, or an Espeon. But if I had to choose, I'll choose an Umbreon, just because Umbreon will be able to help in the middle of the night with these little glowing circles. I forget, I don't know the actual term for them. Yeah, so that will be the most realistic Pokemon I could actually get in my life. And the funny thing is, I don't really normally have these kind of teams. I never had a Bunnelby when I played. I never had a Growlithe when I played. I didn't choose Sprigatito either. I chose Fuecoco. I chose the Crocodile. And I never had a Kangaskhan either. So I feel like this is the most realistic team for me. Which is having a mouse, which is Pikachu. A cat, which is Sprigatito. A kangaroo, which is Kangaskhan. A dog, which is Growlithe. A dog, fox, cat, whatever you want to call it, which is Eevee, and then a little rabbit, which is Bunnelby. So that's my 6 Pokemon that I could realistically get. And stay tuned, guys, because I will be doing this, another version of this, but if all the Pokemon were available. But yeah, that is my team. Sprigatito, Pichu, Eevee, Pidgey, Kangaskhan, Growlithe, and Bunnelby. That is my team. And if you guys know how to do this kind of thing as well, leave it in the comments. I want to see what kind of teams you guys can get based on where you live and all that. I'm in the west side of Sydney in Australia, so these are the most available to me. Alright guys, I'll catch you later. Peace. Do this for the love of music. Hopefully I'll never abuse it. I wanna make sure I make that culture my home, somewhere I can hide from the hateful storm. I just gotta know something, and I wanna know if it's anything. Please